chaotic, broken, dangerous, lawless, a dumpster fire. These are some of the words that describe the EdgeWorlds, a broken section of reality made up of the fragments of different universes all jammed into one place at the edge of the multiverse. Widespread order is almost non-existent. Almost. There are some organizations that are trying, heavy emphasis on the word trying. Their success is questionable at best.
Picture a stack of glass sheets, more than you can count. Each sheet is a universe housing millions of worlds and millions more creatures and its own rules. Now imagine if something dropped a weight at the very edge of the glass stack and all of the pieces fell towards the bottom in a jumbled up mess. Well, now you've got my home.
No one knows what caused the EdgeWorlds to be what they are. Whatever triggered the multi-dimensional catastrophe that caused so many fragments of different realities to fall into the same place is believed to have happened billions of years ago. Estimates may vary depending on what research institution you ask, but what can be decided on is the process was catastrophic, and that's putting it lightly. So many worlds collided with each other that many did not survive the transition. It's unknown how many worlds and how many lives were lost during this time, only that it was, well, somewhat turbulent. Just a little bit of chaos and turmoil, nothing to worry about, I'm sure it's fine. But this region received its name due to it being on what is believed to be the edge of the multiverse. Any attempt to extend beyond that border has proven futile.
We got our name because we are at the edge of the multiverse. You cannot go beyond that edge. If you try, you'll just be moving in place like you're on a treadmill. The distance won't change.
When this knowledge became more and more widespread, so did the name. Other names for it have also picked up traction, such as the Dumping Grounds, the Broken Worlds, and many others. No one has fully charted the EdgeWorlds, so its exact size is unknown, and due to the dangers and instability of certain regions, it's likely it will stay that way for a long time. The EdgeWorlds are roughly divided into 7 sectors. People use these sectors to denote the stability of the area and how much of it has been mapped. The borders for them are debatable as they change constantly, and no one can agree where to draw the line, so any map you see is a rough estimate. The 7 sectors are Alpha Sector, Beta Sector, Gamma Sector, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, and Eta. Let's talk about the Alpha Sector first. It's the second smallest in the EdgeWorlds and is in the relative center, and is the most charted out region. It's mostly under the control of Union, a governing body made up of multiple star systems that seeks to unify the EdgeWorlds under one banner. Their method of unification is authoritarianism, under the guise of stability. Nearly every aspect of citizen life is regulated, and all expected to follow their guidelines or face re-education by the mob, or Ministry of Behavior. The guidelines are, well, they're thicker than a college textbook and include rules such as what colors and decals are allowed on your personal vehicle, what colors, designs, text, or images are allowed on your clothes, the type of clothes you wear both in public and in private, the kind of media you consume both in public and in private, you can only consume media from approved studios/creatives, how you choose to wear your hair, including facial hair if you have any, and yes, that includes in public and in private. Places you choose to visit and how long you stay there may result in a violation. How you conduct yourself online, including what you say, like, share, or otherwise express an opinion about. And also what sites you visit online, regardless of what you do there. Failing to report violations by your friends or associates to the proper authorities will result in you incurring legal penalties as well. Violations will result in fines, legal charges, and if necessary, forced internment at a re-education camp for what Union calls rehabilitation. If that wasn't bad enough, each citizen is given a merit score. Think of it like a credit score, except it measures how much of an upstanding citizen you are, by Union standards. If it drops too low due to what you say and do, or in some cases don't do, off to the re-education camp with you. Union monitors the Alpha Sector's borders using their massive fleets and battle stations. Their forces are most concentrated on their home planet of U Prime. Other highlights include the headquarters of Gigamart, a massive mega corporation that sells almost every imaginable good in their giant warehouse-sized space stations. You want bulk deals on anti-tank rounds? They got it. You want deals on a starship with enough firepower to level a city? Gigamart probably has you covered. They'll not only sell you the ship, but you'll get a great deal on ammo and fuel. For legal reasons, I am not sponsored by them. They have smaller stores on planets across many of the sectors. These stores are larger than most cities and require tram cars to get around to different departments. Their HQ is an entire planet dedicated to managing their massive corporate empire, where every citizen living there works for the company in some capacity. And yes, the planet is named Gigamart HQ, and the entire government is just the corporate policy and corporate ladder. If you go to their planet, you can only buy their products or the products of their business partners. Next up is the Beta Sector. The Beta Sector is larger than Alpha and slightly less regulated. The region is somewhat stable overall and accommodates many worlds for convenient living. However, it also suffers incursions from Union, as they always attempt to expand their domain and subjugate, or as they would put it, liberate and stabilize other worlds. Countless pirate armadas venture into the uncharted parts of the sector, despite its proximity to Alpha. This leads to battles between pirates, Union, and other independent worlds that just happen to be in the sector, or in the wrong place at the wrong time. This area is also the seat of power for the Golden Sevens Mafia, one of the largest criminal organizations in the EdgeWorlds. Any sort of business enterprise, both legitimate and less than legitimate, that you can think of, the Golden Sevens have probably dabbled in it. Next up is Gamma. Gamma is larger than both Beta and Alpha combined, and the overall level of regulation is also lower. The more stable areas are closer to the vague borders between Gamma and Beta, but Gamma is a hive of crime and pirate organizations. Union also has a significant presence here and constantly attempts to expand. This sector also houses arguably one of the most important systems in all of the EdgeWorlds, the Morpheus system. Morpheus 3 to be specific. While not the sole producer, Morpheus 3 dominates the subspace fuel market, which is a vital resource used for faster than light travel. They make over 80% of the stuff. Many factions have their eyes on this planet, but few of them have made an attempt to take it, and none of them have succeeded. Most prefer to remain on their good side, and thus the Morpheus system maintains its autonomy. Because good luck fueling your spaceships if the people who make 80% of the stuff you need to get around fast decide to cut you off. Not a great plan. This sector was also once the location of the Callisto Station, a massive resort and casino known across the EdgeWorlds that was run by the Golden Sevens Mafia. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in a tragic accident. Details on what happened vary depending on who you ask. On to the Delta Sector. Delta is both smaller and less regulated than Gamma. It contains many small population centers and large colony ships that roam the cosmos following predetermined routes. Union has a pretty strong foothold in this zone and continues to grow but clashes with the forces of Shard. Shard is an organization controlled by 5 lords calling themselves the Edgelords. Each one commands massive fleets and operate mostly independently of each other. The sector is also home of the planet Mechanicron, an artificial planet populated by advanced machines. 2 AIs control this world, named King and Queen, and they tend to keep to themselves and stay out of other worlds' affairs. Next up is the Epsilon Sector. It's the largest and most lawless region. Certain areas have been mapped, but there's a lot of it that hasn't. For good reason, because of the many dangers lurking inside of it. This place is the primary home for Lord Hylas's branch of Shard. His forces often clash with Union and the other pirate factions in the area. Despite the rampant lawlessness, there are a few areas that are, dare I say, somewhat stable. Stable might be a strong word. There are mobile space colonies that traverse the sector and move between planets. But they have to be on the lookout for pirate attacks or random hostile space fauna. Onward to Zeta Sector. It's the smallest and most of its worlds are not habitable, but they are mineral rich. This has led to many warring factions fighting over its resources. Space stations reside in the massive asteroid and debris belts here. Also, the Aves belt in this zone encompasses multiple worlds inhabited by numerous bird-like aliens. Once, the penguin homeworld Aves was here, before its mysterious destruction. No one knows what happened to it. Close to the Aves belt is the Agni Nebula, a beautiful region of bright oranges and reds. Many mining colonies belong to the Bidet Tal Mining Union, a race of mole-like people. live here as well and harvest resources to sell to others. Onward to the Edda sector. The Edda sector has the nickname Shadow Sector, but no one really knows how big it is because of the shadow storms engulfing it. Powerful magic creates these storms, and it scrambles the systems of many ships and renders scanning equipment useless. Many ships have ventured into these storms hoping to find ancient lost technology or mystic relics, but many of them, they don't come back. Because of this and the storms, no one is sure what really is in the sector. There's only one area that's clear of storms, and it contains a massive star named Solus, which is believed to be the largest and oldest sun in the EdgeWorlds. But beyond that, we don't know much. As stated previously, the exact size of the EdgeWorlds is unknown. More than likely, its reach stretches far beyond the Edda sector. Several organizations and entities have sought to explore further, but that's proving difficult. Those who reside in the EdgeWorlds are genuinely unable to escape them to other dimensions. There is an exception to that, though. It's possible via rifts in the fabric of the multiverse. The destinations of many of these rifts are random, and there's no guarantee where anyone using it will end up, assuming their ship survives the tremendous force a rift puts on the craft. One report stated that a rift took them to a world made out of different types of candy. Another rift took an expedition team to a planet made entirely out of different kinds of teeth. Many of these rifts appear and vanish at random, but there are some that have been stabilized and have fixed destinations. This has led to several industries cropping up involving interdimensional traders, where these people will venture into these other dimensions, collect goods, and return to the EdgeWorlds, and then sell them at obscene prices due to their novelty. The origins of these rifts are unknown, but as research into these anomalies continues, scientists expect to learn more, as there is profit to be gained by stabilizing and perfecting rift travel technology. Some wish to use it as a way to surpass subspace travel, but that technology is still a long ways away. So that's a brief overview of the EdgeWorlds. More about this place will be discovered as more stories are made. Future videos will dive into the major factions, key locations, and big events in the universe. If any of this information interested you, consider checking out Tales of the Edgeworld Volume 1, available on sale at Amazon. It features 4 wacky, off-the-wall stories featuring a short-tempered, gun-loving space penguin and his band of misfits getting into hijinks, and a dorky combat android trying to be a superhero. If you prefer listening over reading, you're in luck. Tales of the Edgeworlds Volume 1 has an audiobook. I've actually been using snippets of it for quotes in this video. Also consider checking out my website. There's a lot more stuff with lore posted there. I'm going to try and update that more frequently than I have in the past, so stay tuned for that, as well as more updates and news about any future project. If you made it this far in the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subbing. It really does mean a lot. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.